bringing news that matters to you. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition.
Welcome back. It is an alternative school operated by the Ministry of Education and the Department of Social Services. The Haven Center aims to provide continued education to pregnant teens, and this school year, they are looking to enhance their educational arm. Megan Shepard reports.
The Haven Center, better known as PACE, has been catering to student mothers for decades, ensuring that they have access to continued education during pregnancy. The school's newest principal, Rosemary Newbold, says that they want to ensure the young ladies have every opportunity to succeed.
What we seek to do is to concentrate on the regular academic subjects, like the math and the English, the science, and so forth. And we try to prepare the girls to continue their focus on getting good grades in the BJC exams and the BGCSE exams. Over the years, it is my understanding that the girls at PACE have done well, very well in the BJC exam, and of course, therefore, we would like to continue that and to enhance that.
The school has a nursery that is run by social services and accepts babies from 6 weeks to 2 years old. Newbold notes that school also has nurses on staff who ensure that the girls have no reason to miss school.
We also have a full-time medical staff on site, and what they do is provide antenatal and postnatal care for the girls, family planning. They also have a course that is called Parent Craft, where they teach the girls how to take care of themselves and take care of their babies. They also, of course, teach them good nutritional habits for themselves and the babies.
She says so far she is very impressed with this group of young ladies.
What I've noticed with the girls that we have now, they seem to be a very good group. And so we're excited about that. They are very smart, from what I could see. They've passed most of their BJC exams already. You know, that is a new requirement for the new graduation diploma, national diploma.
There are currently 7 young ladies registered at the school at the senior high level. Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
At the start of this academic year, one local private institution is boasting of full enrollment. Interim principal at Tabernacle Baptist Christian Academy, Edward Johnson, says the school continues to maintain its maximum capacity of around 500 students, and there is a long waiting list. He says that's why the school is preparing to embark on a major expansion project in the coming months.
This year, we are embarking on a construction program where we are doing a $250,000 expansion to the school, and that would help us to expand the school, make learning better for our students in areas such as art and craft, music, especially as well as giving us a few additional classrooms and also a new computer lab, resource center. So the expansion is going to help us out greatly in terms of increasing our enrollment and making the student body more comfortable.
As the school continues to experience growth, he says there is a high demand, particularly for the 7th grade.
We are always under pressure to increase our class size or our class amounts. Right now we have 2 streams in high school, a primary stream in grade 7, a secondary stream. We are always under pressure to start a new grade 7 class so that we would have 3 streams going instead of 2. And right now, our current physical resources, we can't manage more than 2 streams. This is why we have such a long waiting list.
The Pinders Point Local Government Township Council has received much-needed help in efforts to beautify and maintain the Pinders Point Cemetery, thanks to donations from Subway International and Russell's and Pinders Funeral Home. Ann Russell, chairman of the township, says the cemetery had become overgrown, and although local government conducts cleanups every few months, it is just not enough. She says the council is charged with the upkeep of 2 cemeteries, and it does not have the finances to do it more frequently. She expressed gratitude for the community-minded effort.
When I heard in the meeting that they had offered to help in cleaning up the graveyard and cutting down all those big pine trees, We are extremely grateful and thankful. The Hunter Cemetery, which we are also in charge of, we had members come in and help. And I always promised that once we had cleaned that up, that we would be down to take care of this. We have loved ones that come on a regular basis to visit their loved ones that's buried in this cemetery. And so yes, it's extremely important that the cemetery is kept clean at all times.
Owner of the local Subway franchise, Shuffle Hepburn, says he did not like seeing the state of the facility where his mother is buried. Hepburn has adopted the cemetery and encourages others in the community to assist with its upkeep however they can. $5,000 was donated for the cleanup, but Managing Director of Russell's and Pinder's Funeral Home, Bertram Pinder, estimates another $2,000 is needed to get the cemetery to where it needs to be.
We would like to participate in a more long-term program to help them work along with the committee established by the government to keep the graveyard so that it stays up to standard, you know.
Well, we still need to continue with the painting of the walls, and what we would like is to be able to repaint all of the cemeteries, all of the graves, so that it would, look really presentable.
Bahamian icon Wilfred Willie Love Knowles was laid to rest this past Saturday following a homegoing service at the Central Church of God on Coral Road. The Minister of Tourism was among those paying respect to the man many called a true tourism ambassador. Kimberly Mullings was there.
Family, friends, and colleagues filled the sanctuary to say farewell to the longtime songwriter and entertainer. Among them, Minister for Tourism, the Honorable Obi Wilchcombe, who remembered Willie Love as someone who was passionate about good service. He said the musician possessed many qualities that were beneficial for the Bahamas, especially as a tourism ambassador.
This extraordinary man who came from Long Island, who came to Grand Bahama at a time when our country was going through a transition, and came here and decided that he was going to write and sing. And do we understand that his writing makes history? Do we appreciate that he's a historian? Do we appreciate that he recorded the history of our country from the 70s and the 80s and the 90s and to now? Do we understand that he just didn't sing, he sang of the times and the circumstances?
The tourism minister noted that he was pleased to have known the musician and urged the congregation to learn from the many positive ways Willie lived his life as a patriotic Bahamian.
Service comes from the heart and comes from the soul. Willie Love gave service to our country. He gave exemplary service. He gave service the old-fashioned way without expecting anything from it. He understood that God gave him talent, and he utilized that talent because he knew one day this day would come, and that he'd have to go home and our Maker has to say, "Well done, thy good and faithful servant."
Minister Wilchcombe also made a special announcement during his remarks at the funeral, promising that Willie Love's legacy will live on.
We will rename one of the awards, and the award will now be known as the Willie Love. It will be known as the Willie Love Tourism Ambassador Award, and hoping that his wife will be there to present the first award, and that will be next January in the capital city. Willie has earned our respect, and we will celebrate him.
Willie Love died at the age of 67. Kimberly Mullings, ZNS Network News.
It's time now to ask the doctor.
Hi and welcome. A young viewer sent this question. I have sickle cell disease and have been admitted to the hospital for low blood. Why has my blood been so low to the point where I require a blood transfusion? Thank you for such a wonderful question that touches on a very important issue of sickle cell disease or sickle cell anemia, especially for a majority Black population like the Bahamas. Before I address the question, it's important that we all understand some basic information about sickle cell anemia. Sickle cell disease is an inherited form of anemia. which means it is acquired from both parents. It's a condition in which there aren't enough healthy red blood cells to carry adequate oxygen throughout your body. If only one parent carries the gene, then a child will not be born with this very serious condition. But that child has a 50% chance of also being a carrier and passing the gene on to his or her children. It is usually diagnosed in young babies and toddlers. There is no cure for sickle cell, but there are treatments to manage the condition and relieve symptoms as they occur, which include medications and sometimes blood transfusions. I'm Dr. Monique Pratt, and this has been Ask the Doctor.
Don't go away. Sports is up next with Ricardo Liborn.